Hey fellow Fishbusters, I want to get into my frog box. I want to go over some of my favorite frogs that I like to use. So let's not waste another minute and hop into it. Let's talk about frogs. Ribbit, Kermit, hop, beady hop. Can't go wrong throwing a frog. And when the weather starts to really warm up, fish are going to be active. They're going to be in the shallows. They're going to be crushing some frogs. Especially if you see any frogs hopping around, you know that's the perfect time when to use them. This is a live target frog, one of my favorite frogs to throw. The body is very soft. You can cast them very far. Ultra realistic. You can see that, like, look at that. Man, unbelievable lures. Durable, last long, great for bass. You get the odd pike on them, of course, but bass love frogs, man. There you go. That's number one of my pick. Number two, I used to throw a lot, is the Spro Bronzeye 65. That was always my go-to lure right there for frog fishing. Still use them. Can't go wrong with them either. Very durable. A little bit harder plastic than live target, but it'll last you a while. Number three frog I like to use is the Bobby's Perfect Frog. Very soft, casts a mile. One tip I like to do is maybe add like a little rattle inside. If you can hear that, gives a little bit of noise on top of the water. It's a little bit. This one's a little bit easier to add a rattle inside, so that's why I use the Bobby's Perfect Frog for that scenario. So some tips people like to do is cut the tails of the frogs or the legs of the frogs, shorten them up. I don't really like doing that. I like the longer legs. I think it gives a little bit more action. Sometimes what I'll do is maybe shorten one of the legs a little bit. That way you can get a little bit more of a walking action, walking like a walk the dog action on it. Some people really shorten them. If the fish are short striking the frog and I think they're nipping at the legs a little bit more, I will cut it, but I rarely do it. I like to keep the lure as is. And believe me, it works. Another tip I said, yeah, you can also add a rattle into it. That doesn't hurt. Keeping frog color choice is very simple. If you look in here, have the white belly, or I'll switch it up to a darker lure like with the black bottom, depending on the light conditions. Clear the water, more natural looking, make it look like a frog. If it's more of a dirtier water, I'll go with the black bodies or the brown bodies. Just creates the bigger silhouette for the fish to see and they can zone in on it. Yeah, I'll go through a few of these lures with you. This is the larger Bronzeye. I forgot the actual name for it, but look at the difference in sizes. I'll use the bigger one if I want to really get back there and need that extra distance. I'll throw the bigger one, or if the pads are a little bit thicker and the mat is a little bit more intertwined and you want a little bit more commotion, the heavier lure helps a lot on it. So that's what I'll use. A lot of frogs in here. But keep it simple, guys, keep it simple. Here's a frog with the popper by Bronzeye Spro. It'll give it a little bit more action. Not a huge fan of these. I typically like to throw the actual frog. These will still pop, so you can get away with just having this, but If you want a little bit of different action, a little bit more commotion in the water, the poppers do work. And here's a, I guess you can't categorize it in the frog category, but it's a live target. It's like a bluegill. Imitates a dying fish, dying sunfish, bluegill on top of the water. They work. And that's it, guys. Good luck fishing with your frogs. Let me know your favorite type of frog to throw. Love to hear it. Write it down in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like my video, and I'll see you on the next one.